Welcome to 519Connect, where the Windsor Police Service connects with members of our community. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of 519Connect. I am joined here with Officer Bianca Jackson, a.k.a. Queen Bee from Windsor Police, and myself, Ali, from the Windsor Police Community Services Unit. And today we are joined with Shawn Lippert. And just going to tell you a little bit about Shawn. Shawn is the one of the co-owners of Scarehouse Windsor, which was created in 2008 with his co-owner Dario Salvaggi. In its beginnings, it was created basically on a whim. They were going to lose the Bentley's Roadhouse building due to border restrictions and decided to just give it a try and give it a go. Through trials and tribulations, it has grown into the largest facility in Ontario and is considered the premier haunted attraction in southwestern Ontario. Currently, it is being featured on Bell Media in a docuseries that will be aired in 2023 in an 8-episode series that will air through the Bell 5 network. Filming is ongoing for the 2022 season. Wow, that is really pretty cool for something local like this. It's put us on the map. Welcome, Shawn.
And it's annoying having people, the camera in your face 24/7 when you're in there. Yeah, and you can't play music. It's like almost miserable now because you'll get hit with a copyright if you have any music playing in the background.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
Now we're working in like silence, which is, yeah, we're used to like jamming, like just singing away. And
which can be miserable.
Yeah, having a party. And
I guess you're going to have to try something new. Now you're going to have to create a band.
Yeah, there you go.
Music.
Yeah, well, I just start singing anyways. And
There you go.
Or start humming or something. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so welcome, Shawn, to the show.
Thank you.
And glad to have you here. I love the show. I'm one of the hosts here. So is Bianca, and we love getting to know members of our community just so people know. And honestly,
Even the weirdos.
Even the weirdos, yes, like myself. Yes.
Tell us about Scarehouse. Tell us about the history when you guys started, and what has where have you guys gone to now?
Well, when we first started, it was back in 2008. We owned nightclubs, and we had multiple nightclubs up and down Oled Avenue. And then Bentley's Roadhouse was like a major American pull. And the American government were going to say that you needed to have a passport to get into the country. But what a lot of the Americans didn't know is you didn't need a passport to get into Canada. And you can't be denied your own access to your own country. So they don't need it. They don't need it to go back in. But the way that they kind of sold it after 9/11 was that you needed a passport. So we were worried, and rightly so. So the week before the deadline, it was like crazy. Like we were just running out of booze everywhere. And then the next week, it was like a light switch turned off. Like for real, there wasn't a single person in there.
Wow,
so
without warning, it wasn't even gradual.
Well, I mean, we knew it was coming. You're just always hoping. Mm-hmm. And then it was done. It was just like that. So we knew we were going to lose the building. We're going to have to hand the keys to the bank because there's no way to keep it afloat. So there was a time limit when that was going to happen. So we said, well, I want to try a haunted house because downtown Windsor was just bumping at the time. Like in the late 90s and 2000s, it'd be nothing to have 18,000 people in the streets, which is a far cry from what it is right now. Yeah. But back then, it was crazy. And there was a bingo hall beside us, and we always thought about doing it in the basement of the bingo hall. That didn't happen, but when Bentley's closed, it gave us no reason not to do it. So we did it. We lost our shirts. We made every single mistake you could possibly do. I had fire knocking on the door, like screaming, "Hey, you guys can't be doing that," because we put up all this stuff in there. We had at the time was Lee Tomes coming in. He's like, "All right, we got to figure this out. We got to make sure you fit." Like every mistake you could possibly make, we did it. But we had so much fun. And as an entrepreneur, you're always looking for that process and like learning. So we said, okay, we're going to do it again in the next year. And we didn't lose as much money. And we slowly kept going. And then there was a point where we flipped and we're like, hey, we're in the profit. Maybe we'll start making money back. And then now we're 14 years later. We got a permanent place. We went from like maybe a 5-minute haunt to now 45 minutes to get through this thing. And wow. We're going to seminars, and we're going to conventions, and we're learning the haunt business. There's a whole psychology of fear that, we're like got a PhD in it at this point, just like to mess with people. But yeah, that's where we started, and this is where we are.
That's great. That's impressive. I have to say, to go from when you're not making a profit and you want to, and you have a goal, and to keep going with that goal, that's impeccable. So my hat's off to you.
Some of the best stories are the ones that like it was like impromptu. Like we never planned. No one wakes up and goes, "Yeah, we're gonna own a haunted house business," or even like how to do it. There's no school for it. Yeah. So it's just like a constant learning, and that's what we like to do as entrepreneurs, is just figure it out and then create those.
So how do you come up with some of the characters or ideas, or I know it's a house where you're walking through and you're going to be startled by different how do you come up with the ideas of some of these characters?
Most times it's just our staff. They come up with an iconic character, they like it, and then they just want to be it, and then we say, okay, we'll adopt it, like that's just what it goes. And then sometimes it's just our creative team just putting things together. Sometimes we just mimic or copy something that we see even on the internet. I mean, we try to stay away from licensing things. Like we don't have Chucky, we don't have Michael Myers, but we'll have like something that's very similar to it. Like we don't have like a little kid running around trying to kill you. But if there's a kid out there that wants to do it, we'll hire you. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So, but I mean, the other things, we got Bloody Mary this year, and she came to us. Her name's Jen. She's awesome. Like, it's hilarious. Like, our one main character, his name is Ray, and he's got 2 kids, wife. Like, he works at Flex and Gate, but he gets this alter ego, and he always says, he's like, for this 1 month, I just get to be.
Oh my God.
Giggles,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it really is, and we're so constrained in our worlds that we walk through, and we want to be politically correct, and then you have all these agendas that are pushed on you, and then all of a sudden in Halloween, like, there's nothing there anymore. You're okay to be disgusting, you're okay to be weird, you're okay to be repulsive, because it's accepted. It really is a release.
You can bring your imagination
surreal.
and fantasy to life. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's like what is unacceptable is accepted for like this one weird little time in our lives. It's so weird. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's freeing.
It is freeing. It's therapeutic in a way, definitely.
Yeah, you wish you could walk around and, just call people names, but you can't. But you can for like that little brief amount of time. Yeah.
Here's a question that I have for you. This is just my own personal knowledge, because I've always wondered this. Because I haven't gone to a lot of, actually any scare houses before. Now, are your characters all fictional, or do you actually have characters that are real people that you may now do in a scary light, like an actual?
You mean is it just robotics, or is it real people?
No, like some sort of famous person or something that has even maybe go for characters that have been really famous in the last year or so, who
I see what you're saying,
things like that, and then
so not necessarily
bring their
like
character,
okay.
right, and then bring their character to.
So like for example, like a Jeffrey Dahmer serial killer, and next thing you know, there's a guy in the hunt named Jeffrey. No, we don't have anything like that.
Okay.
And you know what? And that kind of brings up, like, we thought about maybe doing a COVID room, and we weren't really sure if it's time yet or not. We really could do it, no problem in hindsight. But when we were doing it at the time, I mean, like,
Make it look like a lab.
You're playing with these fears and phobias, and COVID right now falls right in line with like arachnophobia with spiders. Like, it's like there's some people out there that are just like, oh yeah, especially germaphobes. And we thought about maybe, having a room, it's all white and, and like a lab or whatever. And, someone's sneezing, and then you have the mucus on their hands, and you could really play with that. I mean, we could have, we just didn't do it this year.
Yeah.
But, it can't be out of the realm of possibility next year. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, definitely, like, locally, we did at Wired Nightclub. We took over that club. We were a traveling circus until we found this one, right? But we were at Wired Nightclub, and there was actually an explosion in downtown Windsor back in the '60s at the Met, and people died on Olette Avenue and Wyandotte. It was a big deal. I mean, it's featured in like movies, and it's on the History Channel. There's a documentary. So some like people are still alive today that had people that died during that time, and we built that into our storyline. We didn't go specifically to the Met, but when we were wired, we said, okay, there was a fire and there was an explosion and the people are still inside, like that haunt the house and stuff. We went with that theme. Over time, we've moved away from that and gone there. But that's probably as close as that we've come to reality for as a Windsorite, for sure.
Okay.
And we talked earlier. It's great to have. You said it's the biggest Ontario. Is it biggest Ontario, Southwest Ontario?
I mean, there could be one up in Kingston at where the prisons are. There's one up there. I'm not sure how big it is, but it's pretty large. So I mean, other than actually going up there and pacing it with each other and competing, we just say Southwestern Ontario. But I mean, it's right up there. It's 36,000 square feet.
It's massive
up
there. Yeah. I mean,
there's 3 floors.
And we were talking earlier. It's nice to have that locally, as opposed to crossing. Going
to the States.
And going to Pontiac for the massive one there.
Yeah, and we lucked out. I mean, so for the most part, during COVID, we got what we call the COVID bump. For whatever reason, we fit right into this section of when the health board said we could be opened. And so we were like, it was like close, open, and then closed again. And both times we hit that window. So it was really good for us because there was nothing else going on and you couldn't go over the border, and we're like kind of like in this bottom of this bucket. So you couldn't get to the States. So we saw this huge jump in attendance coming through, but it was good for us in the sense that they couldn't go anywhere else. So there was people coming to us for the first time and they were like, oh, this is amazing. And we sometimes get treated like the little brother to the States. But at that moment, we got to shine, and we're retaining. So our retention numbers are really high from those customers that couldn't go over, and now we're included in that tour.
Right, and they're staying here instead of the cross.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're like, I go over to the States to go there, to do things, but now we're included in it.
That's right.
So they're throwing a little bit extra dollars.
Yeah, one of the stops. It's awesome.
But
it's amazing.
Again, now we're being compared to one of the best, so we had to pull our socks up.
Hey,
yes,
yeah.
Right.
And you got to keep it up.
You're just pushing a little harder now. That's all.
We're gonna go.
All right.
The building that it's in, what was it before? And
that used to be the Chrysler Springs plant back in the day, and then when Lee Iacocca took over Chrysler, he started selling off and outsourcing. So there was no point to have their seats anymore with the Springs because it got outsourced to somewhere else, and it just sat empty. And our landlords had it ever since then, and there was nothing in there. Oh, I want to say in the late 90s, they were doing like, I don't know, underground raves and paintball and just weird stuff like
so
that.
it's always used as a, okay.
Yeah.
So it never went back to a
No, when we took it over, there was nothing. There was nothing in there. There was no plumbing. There was no electrical. It was just a shell of a building.
Which is actually ideal.
It was scary. We found home. Yeah.
Just the empty building itself.
The staff, when you're walking up into the entrance to the concourse, I mean, that's scary itself. Like when I bring people in there, like we're working with partners and, we're showing, I mean, like with you guys, because you guys are partners on this Lights On tour, so like bringing people in for the first time, we're like, where are you taking me?
Yeah. That's a great segue because I've only gone to haunted houses without human characters messing with me. And so I've taken my kids through there and it's scary enough for them. So I heard about this Lights On tour. Tell me about it, please, because I want to bring my kids there for the first time.
So we're for the first time, what we're going to do is we're not going to turn on any of the animatronics. We're not going to turn on the scary music. We're just going to let it be, right? So, I mean, that could be just as scary, I guess, but it's just not. You just don't have the atmosphere to it because the psychology of being scared.
You don't have the surprises.
Yeah, you don't have that. There's no jump scares or anything, but it's there. And I remember when I was a kid, there used to be this petting zoo out in Howard. So this is like in the 70s, and this witch would come out and and go and you press the button. Terrified me, and my dad obviously thought it was hilarious, and then we go pet the llamas or what the hell they had there, right? So then this thing is in my head that's there, but I mean, if it wasn't moving, I don't think it would have been as scary. So we're doing that at the haunt, so you can come through, and it's an introduction to the haunt industry, or like how to be scared. It's almost like a baby step for a lot of these toddlers, or even special needs adults that are coming in, so they don't have to be as scared, right? Because they'll have auditory issues, so they're welcome to come with their headphones or sunglasses and stuff, just so they can come through it. My neighbor, he has special needs, and he always wants to go through, but I just never felt comfortable bringing him through. He's 38 years old, but I feel comfortable doing that now with him.
That's good.
Yeah. So.
And So what are the dates and times for the lights on?
October 29th, we're going to be open between 1 and 4
Okay.
in the afternoon.
Well, in the afternoon. And what's the cost for
$10.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to keep it low dough and we're going to try it, see if it works. If we get a good turnout, to be honest with you, one person's a good turnout for us because we've never done it before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, keeping in line of how the Scarehouse grew, I mean, the thing is with an entrepreneur, everybody always says, oh, in hindsight, they look at like where you are. But nobody knows what it feels like when you work your ass off for an entire year and then you unlock the door and you open it and you just wait. The anxiety that gives you, like all the money, time, and energy, and that's really kind of what is exciting about a lot of the stuff that we do, and especially the Scarehouse, because it is kind of becoming a fabric of our community. It's becoming a tradition, like on any level. I mean,
it's becoming a landmark.
Yeah, like how Kalasani's is to us. That family put that out there, and like you just can't go through a harvest season without going apple picking.
Yeah, and I think and I've heard a lot of people say like it's becoming the same, which is amazing. In October, everyone has to hit the Scarehouse.
Yeah, we'd hope so. There's still people. We were out last night. We were at the cantina having dinner with friends. It was our wedding anniversary, and a friend walked over and goes, "Hey, how's it going?" He was talking to Dario and like that, and then he's like, "What are you doing?" He's, "Oh, we're knee deep in Scarehouse." He's like, "What's that?" So there's still a lot of work to do for us, right? So I mean,
you have to spread the word.
So and for me that gives me excitement. Not so much disappointment because there's still room to grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
We're pulling people from. We're not just local anymore. We're regional. Mm-hmm. I have a story where I answer the phones, and I got a call, and one of the girls on there, she's frantic. She's like, "Listen, I have 7:30 tickets. I'm not going to make it. It's going to be late. Does that mean?" And I was like, "No, don't worry. We'll make sure." And then she just kind of off the cuff went, "Oh, the GO train was crazy this week," and I was like, "GO train." I was like, "What do you mean go?" I'm like, "Where are you calling from?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hamilton." I was like, "Oh my God, take your time, come down." So we get people from all over the place. We get Grand Bend, Hamilton, wherever. Yeah.
You getting Americans?
Yes.
Okay.
American money. They call and ask, like, do it. They're like, "What is it with American?" And I was like, $35.
Exactly.
And you're getting Canadian change.
That's I think it's a big sign of the success.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Ed Armstrong. I'm the Inspector of Professional Advancement with the Windsor Police Service. With this position, I oversee our training branch, community services, as well as recruitment. As you know, Windsor is one of the most diverse communities in Canada. With that being said, our goal is to ensure that our police service represents our community. If you know anyone from your community that believes in our core values and will be an asset to our organization and serve the community with honor and service, the Windsor Police Service is currently accepting applications for the position of cadet. We encourage you to have them apply. Although patrol and ensuring the safety of our community is our #1 priority, the Windsor Police Service offers different departments that may interest you. To name a few, our Major Crimes Branch, our Forensic Identification Unit, Emergency Services Unit, and our Marine Unit. Which one interests you? So you want to know how to become a cadet? Simply visit our website at windsorpolice.ca under the Career tab or visit oacpcertificate.ca. I'm sitting at my desk waiting to see your application.
We had a couple come in from Kentucky. They came for dinner. We have an immersive dinner experience. They heard about it. They came in 2 nights ago. And Bell 5 was there, so they actually going to include them in their documentary because I want to know why they came from Kentucky.
A friend of mine recently told me about that. I had no idea about this dinner. Explain what the immersive dinner experience is.
You get to have dinner inside the haunted house. And while you're having, it's a 90-minute experience. and it's catered by Nico, so you're getting like a gold star chef.
obviously.
At the highest level. But while you're in the room, things happen in the room, and we have actors that come in and like just give you that on edge. And we split it up into 4 different themes. Mad as a Hatter, Cursed Manor, Misfortune, and what's the other one? Oh, Cabin in the Woods. And they all have their own flavor and their own themes to them. Yeah.
So each 90-minute experience is you choose one of the themes to do.
Yeah, so it's $99, and you would sit down, you would get this meal. It's a 4-course meal, and in between each course, there's a show. And then when it's done, you get VIP, and you walk right into the haunt right after. So you're inside Scarehouse for 2.5 hours.
That is, you're just, you're not even going to be scared after that. Now you're just making friends with all the characters at that point. It's just, wow,
yeah, we have
that's
a blast.
incredible. That's a great idea, though. I like that.
We looked everywhere. It was, again, started as a goof. It was a friend of ours that just said, hey, I want to serve, my chef I want to serve a dinner inside the haunt. This is 2020. And we're like, get out of here. We don't have time for this.
It's ridiculous.
But because we weren't open and we didn't know if we were going to open, we didn't put any money into the haunt. Mm-hmm. So then all of a sudden we found out we were going to open, and then we're like, okay, well, we got 10 days. Let's do it. So we built this room. My wife, she's the one that does all the set decoration, and we built the room, and Denny made some stuff that bangs around and stuff. We said, okay, this is pretty good. Tommy was, whatever we had to do to get it done, it was Cursed Manor. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. And we're like, oh, we should try to sell this to like other people. And we did. And then the chef served them. And I think we sold 20 seating, so like 200 people. Yeah. Everybody was like over the top with it. So we said, okay, let's do it next year. So 2021, we built extra rooms.
Okay. And
then it blew up. And then this year, now I think we're sold out. I don't even think you can get a seat right now at this point.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Fun, eh?
So
Yeah.
tell us about some of the causes that you are raising money for.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the Lights On tour, like proceeds are going to go to the LaSalle-Windsor Special Olympics. Awesome. Okay, so I reached out, Celia, she's an officer with you guys there, and then I said, hey, I want to do this. I know you're tied into community events and stuff, but I mean, like, I know you're tied into Special Olympics. I go, can we do that, like something to raise money? And then she was like, yeah, of course. I'm never going to say no. And I think she's on maternity leave right now, but she's got tons of time. So like she keeps texting me, and I'm like, yeah, okay, see, I'm on it. She's go,
No,
right?
Great. She reached out to me. She's very community minded. Amazing.
Oh, she doesn't stop, right? So she's a machine. So yeah, so we've been going with it like that. And then I just texted her before I came in here. I was like, I don't know. I think we've created a monster. I go, moms are nuts. I go, they got like 1,000 questions. And there she's like, oh, I know. And I took a picture of the tank. I go, I think there's a mom outside behind that tree. There's a tank pointing at me right there. But yeah, so yeah, we're partnering with them, and we're going to try it. Most of the stuff that we do is all partnered. Like we're partnered with the Riverside Volleyball Club. Nice. So like, proceeds will go to them. Wherever we can find a place to put the partnerships and that makes sense, we're just going to do it.
That's good.
I mean, there's no box. It's just, it is what it is.
You got to be outside of it. So a little birdie told me that there's a Windsor Police volleyball team. Is that true?
Yes. Robbie Hallett runs that thing.
There it is.
He runs it. And I'm also involved with the Windsor Volleyball. It's called the Windsor Adult Volleyball League. And WPS has a team, and you guys are in Tier 1. Yeah. You guys got a lot of volleyball players here. Like good ones too, right? That's right. Yeah, like top athletes. Even some of them that are just kind of dabbling in it, like Jamie, like decathlete, but I don't care how good he was on a world stage, he was a way better volleyball player when he was in high school. Yeah. So like as a community, the volleyball is at its top, and you guys are competing for the championship for sure. And Rob's like, I don't know if we should be in Tier 1. I was like, shut up, you're in Tier 1. Yeah. So you guys are up there now. You're doing really well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Also, another quick question. So to get into the Scarehouse, is there a certain requirement? And can you tell us about the requirements, costs, anything like that?
You got a heartbeat, we'll take you.
So there's no age restriction or anything like that?
It's like one of those questions that you get a lot, especially from moms, right?
Gotta know.
Yeah, but we actually have it in our FAQ, and I'm going to just I don't know what it is verbatim, but it basically says, like, there's little kids that come in here have no problems, and then there's like 22-year-old university girls that are crying that can't get through it. Yeah. So you tell us what's appropriate. We tell you it's going to be gory, it's going to be disgusting, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I go, it's up to you if you're going to ruin your childhood or your kid's childhood, but isn't that the point of having them? And then we just kind of tongue-in-cheek that way, right? So,
okay.
Again, another, you can say things that you don't say on the street, but in the haunt,
Yeah.
it's true.
Okay.
And do you have to reserve, or is it just walk in?
You can just walk in.
Okay.
You can reserve. Yeah, it's just you can go to scarehousewindsor.com and they'll take the tickets or.
And the cost is
$35 for four haunts, or you can do $30 for 3. Because there's multiple attractions within it. There's Scared Evil, there's the Fun House, there's Haunted Darkness, and then
So it's
there's
not just
Zombie
one
Beast.
long haunt.
No, we broke it up.
Okay.
It's easier to be for logistics. Like you can see things how they happen. I'll tell like a story of what happened with you guys got a call. It was a 911 call from someone in the haunt. But it wasn't on purpose. You know, if you click your phone real good, like fast, it'll automatically do it. So somehow somebody was getting that in their pocket. So somebody from dispatch was like, and you hear like, "Oh my God!" scream, right? So
the perfect.
yeah.
Sound.
So
I didn't hear about this.
yeah. So
I didn't hear about that
WPS shows
either.
up, and I remember this because there was a guy. I don't know what do you guys call the guys with the vests and the guns and like they're all in
Our
fatigues.
tactical guys.
So
Our SWAT team. Yeah.
it was a tactical guy shows up. So he comes in first, and then after that was a supervisor, right? Because he's in the regular thing. So they're standing in their lobby, and they're like, and I get the call on the radio from security. They're like, Shawn, Windsor Police are here, and they're saying that there was a 911 call. And I was like, what? So we have this control room that has all the cameras, all the music runs through there. It almost looks like this like mastermind behind the screens, the screen, right? So I get up, I go down there, and I'm standing in front of the SWAT guy, and he's like, all right, we got a call. It's in there. We got to investigate, let's see what's going on. And I looked at him, I was like, okay, I'm on, follow me. So now I'm walking him through, and I look back at him, and he's just like, he's kind of like what's happening here? So there's people screaming and yelling, there's people running, and like, so I get him up to the control room, and I'm like, okay, here's the cameras. So we can go to every single room, and we can see it all the way through. And I remember he has his thumbs in his jacket like this, and his guns like that. And then I looked at him, he goes like, this is insane. He's like, how am I supposed to? I was like, I don't know, dude. I go, security's here. I go, we haven't got any calls. No one's coming out here screaming in blood or whatever.
Like,
unless it's an actor.
How am I supposed to investigate?
Yeah. He's like, and then he goes on the radio, and then next thing he goes down there, he's talking to. I can see them on the camera. They're like, excuse like that. So they basically just stuck around for 10 minutes, make sure everything was okay, and then they left. Like, what do you do,
That's funny.
That's a good story.
That is a great story. And you know what? For you being such a huge part of our community is so important right now. Our community is in need of people like you that
Fun.
Yes,
We're in need of fun.
We
just
definitely need
fun.
that. Some laughs. Some tis the season. We're in the season for Halloween, for little goblins and ghouls and everything like that.
And I know the past couple of years, parents have been reluctant with trick or treating and a bit more scared. I'm really hoping this year they're less reluctant and more of a turnout. Right. I haven't stopped trick or treating with my kids throughout the pandemic. It wasn't as much as usual, but I tried to let my kids know that, hey, it's like you said, it's that one time a year.
Yeah.
Play out your fantasy and
you get to dress up. You get to be somebody that you're not. You just kind of be. Yeah, it's exactly. You get to be an alter ego. That's I don't know the psychology behind it. Why we do it. You have somebody who gets a smarter, has a better degree than I have. Just to explain it. But I mean, I just make money off of it. So I mean, like I saw an opportunity and we went for it. But I mean, I'm glad we did because at this point we're not really making a lot of money, but the return is just doing it. It's so fun.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun, and everybody in the haunt's pretty much related to us. Like it's family. So like our wives work the ticket booth. Our nieces and nephews are in there. Neighbors are in there. I mean, you just like I meet cool people. Mm-hmm. I get to come to do stuff like this with and work with you guys, and then now we're spreading it out, and it just it started so small and it just exploded out to this, which is this is fun.
That's great. That's awesome. And Windsor Police, we try to do our part too in the community and giving candy out to the kids. And Allie with the Safety Village, we're going to be holding another community event this year.
Actually, yeah, it's befitting because really, they I'm sure this year it's going to be a bigger turnout than the COVID years.
Oh gosh, yeah.
We'll come on. It's like it's our recent dark ages for us.
Yes.
So I didn't know that Safety Village before had this trick or treat. It's called Trick or Treat in the Village event. But I've had parents, so many parents ask me, are you guys doing that again? Are you guys doing that again? So I had to ask Melissa, what is this event? Because
amazing.
everybody misses and
Yeah.
so fond of.
Yeah.
And so we're having it again this year.
Awesome.
The Trick or Treat in the Village. It's sponsored by the Infrastructure Health and Safety Association. It's on Thursday, October 27th. It's at the Safety Village. It's 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's $5 entry per child, which is all going to donation to keep the lights on at the Safety Village. Of course, it's a nonprofit organization. Do bring your trick or treat bags, and also wear your costumes. There will be a costume contest.
Right.
There'll be a photo booth in there that you could take pictures and go. How it prints automatically those little small pictures
Yeah.
you take, but also
Yeah.
those pictures will be used to judge the best
Nice.
costume. So it's cool, and it'll be placed right in front of the door as soon as you walk in,
Yeah.
and you'll be entered to win one of 3 gift cards. There'll
See,
be
that's new. That's new. I have brought my children in the past to do this event, and they absolutely love it. And that
that wasn't there
that
before?
wasn't there before. So this, I definitely got to make sure I come out for this. They're gonna.
We had the same
in this
photo booth at the Community Safety Day there, and
nice.
it was a huge success. So we decided. I said, not only do we bring it back, but put it right in front of the door,
Right there.
so everybody can go through it. Because a lot of people
Yes.
didn't know where it was before. But again, it prints you out these cool photos. So a lot of parents had photos of their kids with different masks and props on. The event includes trick or treating outside in the village,
Yes.
pumpkin painting, and the photo booth. The event is in partnership with Essex EMS, Windsor Fire and Rescue, Windsor Police, and LaSalle Police.
Nice.
And like I said, there'll be also, if people are interested, there's a. Have you been to the Safety Village before?
No, but we
There's little mini buildings.
yeah, the volleyball, we have a beach volleyball league right in the
next
back.
door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Right
our
there.
that we
Yeah.
run that
Yeah.
through
So
for
you've
our
seen
kids
it, yeah, so you've
many
seen
times.
It. So what we're gonna have is we're gonna have a contest if organizations or families, whoever wants to decorate one of the buildings. So we're gonna have a contest. So I think we have 5 or 6 so far reserved for decoration.
Nice.
So if anybody wants to decorate, they can contact the Safety Village, thesafetyvillage.com. You can the email is right there. The decorating takes place on October 25th and 26th from 5 to 8 p.m. Bring some spooky decor and help us decorate our village. The person or family with the spookiest building will win $500 worth of gift cards.
Wow, that's big.
That's cool. And
That
there's
is
going to be
that's
smoke
really big.
machines. There's, there's going to be sounds and music. And so we want to make it.
We're just going to be a little village of the Scarehouse. It's going to be amazing. I can't.
I'm hoping so.
Wait, this
I'm
year
hoping so.
sounds like it's going to be.
You know what's
great.
good about that place is like it's so confined into like it's a village and it's fenced all in. You
Yeah.
can just bring your kids in there, go.
Just let them go.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
I'll be
great.
out in the car drinking a coffee because Tim Hortons across the street. You guys just go. Yeah, give it a little break and
it's
then
great.
yeah, what an experience.
Well, we have reopened. I work at the Safety Village, and for the COVID years, it was totally shut down. And so we have reopened for we run programs from JK to grade 4, all about safety. Grade 4 is bike safety. Grade 2 is different kind of safety, but grade 2s go out in motorized jeeps in the back.
That's awesome.
And it's a blast just watching them. For the JK and SK, it's just
Yeah.
a walking tour, but it's again, we're reopened. This is a big deal for us. You guys are a big deal for our city. I really appreciate that you continue to have faith in your business. And honestly, I think
Oh, we're too far in it now to
Yeah.
give up on it. It's going.
I hope so.
That horse is out of the barn, man. It's going.
oh, that's awesome.
That's
awesome.
great. And you know what? If unfortunately any kids or parents can't make it out to the Safety Village, but you will be going out for Halloween, very important to remember some great safety tips when you're taking your little one out this year. Always remember to stay with a trusted adult if you're under the age of 10 years old, and never talk to strangers, anybody you don't know. Don't be going into houses of people that you don't know. Do not go to a house where the lights are turned off. That's always important. Don't run and Also, you make sure you look before you go across the street. That's very important. Cross at a corner, and make sure you keep eye contact with the driver, whoever's in the car, before you cross the street, so they know that you're crossing. Be careful of any pumpkins, any lit things in the area, because we don't want anybody getting hurt, of course. So there's tomorrow, actually, I'm going to be hopefully doing a safety video, so stay tuned to watch me tomorrow. I'll have some more of those tips, but if you can't make it out to the safety village, you can't make it out to the Scarehouse, but you will be going out on Halloween, make sure you go to our website for some safety tips. Look for my video on some safety tips. Make sure you stay safe, and grown-ups, please don't eat all your kids' candy. I will try my best not to. I can't promise anything.
Well, they put out Kit Kats, so it's not our fault.
People are putting out full chocolate bars.
Yeah.
It wasn't
That's
like that
what
when I
I'm
was
saying.
growing up.
Yeah.
We're going for the houses with the full chocolate
I blame the
bars.
candy makers. Blame them.
And get your candy early this year, people. I'm hearing that the prices of candy will be going up, so make sure you get your candy very early this year, and make sure it's the good stuff. Please don't. Good stuff.
Shawn, thank you so much for coming today. It's been an honor and a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, me too.
And to learn more about the Scarehouse.
I'm going to see you there on October 29th.
You will see me there.
Yeah.
Definitely see me there. And I'm going to see if you guys need volunteers, we're going to see if we can have some uniform presence to help out there
Cool.
with you guys as well. Is it thescarehouse.com or?
No, it's scarehousewindsor.com.
Scarehousewindsor.com.
And we're 1441 McDougall between Shepherd and Ellis, across the street from the Flex and Gate main gate.
Perfect. Local business, local entrepreneur. We're gonna support you, and the city will support you back. Absolutely. You have a good aura and a vibe about you, and
Thanks.
I think positivity will come your way. So,
I hope
thank
so.
you.
Congratulations on all your success so far.
Thanks, guys.
So thanks
Wonderful
for coming.
talking with
yeah,
you.
it's amazing. Thank you, Queen Bee, for being here today.
Always.
And safetyvillage.com if anybody's interested regarding our event or to help out or even to volunteer. Any help would be greatly appreciated. And thank you again. Thanks for joining us on 519 Connect. Looking forward to see you guys next time.